Right now at 6, Fairland, Oklahoma cleans up damage from Wednesday night storms.
And we start off a little bit cooler, but we're warming up to have a nice and sunny day today ahead of the rain.
Plus, volunteer chaplains for the Joplin Police Department receive a potentially life-saving donation.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Lindsay Gaffney, and it's November. I beat you to the punch.
Yes, you did.
I'm so excited that it's November.
I know, but you keep talking about Christmas. I'm like, what about Thanksgiving? Let's hold our horses for a second because we both like pumpkin pie.
I do love anything pumpkin. I got my wisdom teeth taken out a couple years ago on the day before Thanksgiving.
Right.
And all I could eat mac and cheese. It was a perfect holiday.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes. I was loving it. It was fantastic. So I'm excited for Thanksgiving.
Yes,
I am.
absolutely.
A couple weeks away, and temperatures are starting to feel like we're in November, finally. Temperatures outside today, right now, in the low 40s. So we can go ahead and take a look outside. We've got nice sunny skies out there, and temperatures going to drop down a couple more degrees, but right now, about 44 in Joplin, 45 in Pittsburgh, and then we're warming up to upper 60s, low 70s today, so it's going to be really nice. Temperatures right now, 39 in Yates Center, so a little bit cooler out there in the northern counties, 40 in Stockton, but 45 in Jay, you can see 41 in Veneta, 42 in Newcastle, so not so bad out there. Definitely a cooler start to the day, and winds are already starting to shift now out of the east, and by this evening and into tomorrow, we're going to be moving out of the south. Now, as you start your day, 7:45, you might be met with a little bit of patchy fog in some isolated areas, Oswego, Welsh, Miami, Veneta, Newcastle, so definitely out in Oklahoma. Little less visibility down to about 5 miles. Not so bad, but in some back roads, just watch out for that as you're heading into work or school or starting your day. Today, other than the patchy fog we're met with this morning, we're going to be mostly sunny all day long. Fantastic weather today. We do have some clouds rolling in later on this evening, but overall it's going to be a great sunny day. Temperatures warming up to low 60s by noon today, so about 58 by 11. We're only getting up to mid to upper 60s and low 70s throughout the entire counties. Now, as we head into the weekend, today is going to be one of our last days that we're not going to see rain for a few days. We're starting isolated showers early Saturday morning, but as you can see, we kind of spike up as we head into Saturday night and into Sunday morning. We're going to see scattered showers and heavier rainfall, plus thunderstorm chances Sunday night and Monday. I'll have more details coming up.
Lindsay, thanks. Well, some 4-staters are assessing damage and cleaning up in the wake of Wednesday night storms. Now, a storm barreled through the streets of Fairview, Oklahoma Wednesday night. As dawn broke, many families emerged to find their roofs destroyed and their belongings scattered throughout their properties. Many families say they are thankful to be alive.
My husband, he got up and of course, in Oklahoma fashion, goes outside to check on things. And he could hear it coming and ran back in and said, "Come on, take cover." And we all piled in the bedroom and he pulled our mattress on top of us. And as soon as we heard it, it was gone. Very grateful, very thankful. The Lord had his hand.
I was in the restroom and my husband hollered at me to hurry and get covered. And so I went in the closet. And when I went in the closet, it was where our attic was, fell on top of me. and then I hurried up and got out of the closet and just stood there. And I just prayed.
Now, some families we spoke with shared that this experience has rekindled painful memories from the Joplin tornado. Well, Northeast Electric worked to restore 17 power poles that were down near a neighborhood in Miami as a result of the storm. Poles and power lines were on the ground along with other debris, and people in the area lost electricity and internet connections. The company restored power, and they were working on restoring internet connection at last report.
I got out here and got all the poles set back up, or new poles put in the ground, got all the wire back up and got the electric back on.
The electric company received calls of power outages starting around 10 Wednesday night. And don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Sky Watch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. The KOAM Sky Watch weather app. The Joplin Police Department got a life-saving donation yesterday. 7 chaplains who provide their services for the JPD will receive bulletproof vests. The vests were identified as a need for the volunteer team who put out the call for donations. An anonymous private charitable gift made the vests possible.
We have a jacket that has chaplain on the back. It's a pull-out deal, and so that identifies us. We have shirts that have identification, but this really stands out, says it. So we appreciate it.
The chaplains, who share on-call 24/7 duties for the department, provide services such as counseling, death notifications, disaster response, and more. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Starbucks is bringing back handwritten names on cups and self-serve stations to try to win back customers. Plus, both the presidential candidates focus on the West in dueling rallies. And Lindsay Gaffney returns with another look at your Friday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Well, topping Nation Watch this morning. October is one of the driest months ever in United States history. The average precipitation across the lower 48 was less than an inch. Only 5 months out of 129 years of records have ended with less than an inch of average precipitation over the lower 48. Now, that's according to data from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. New York City and Philadelphia likely had their driest October on record. But with the start of a new month, wetter weather is on the way. According to the Climate Prediction Center's latest forecast, nearly the entire lower 48 is likely to have wetter than normal conditions in early November. The West Coast is the exception. Well, Starbucks employees are breaking out the Sharpies once again. The coffee giant is bringing back handwritten names on cups to try to win back customers. Self-serve stations with sugar and cream are also coming back. New Starbucks CEO Brian Nichols says it's a part of his strategy to recreate a coffeehouse vibe and add a human touch. Now, the self-serve condiment stations were removed during the beginning of the pandemic in 2020. The company recently announced that soy, oat, almond, or coconut milk won't cost customers extra anymore. Well, jobless claims are down for the 3rd week in a row. According to Labor Department data released Thursday, the number of people applying for first-time unemployment benefits dropped by 12,000 to 216,000 claims. Now, economists had predicted 227,000 people continuing to receive unemployment benefits also dropped, falling by 26,000. That number now stands at 1.86 million. Economists had predicted continuing jobless claims to rise to 1.94 million. Well, inflation cooled even more last month ahead of a possible rate cut. Inflation is now just shy of the Federal Reserve's 2% target. According to Commerce Department data released Thursday, the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index showed prices rose 2.1% for the year ending in September. That's down from 2.3% in August. The annual increase fell right in line with what economists were expecting. Now, we're just days away from the 2024 presidential election on Tuesday. Yesterday, both candidates focused on the West in dueling rallies. Jared Hill is in Warren, Michigan, where the Trump campaign will hold a rally later today. We apologize for that technical difficulty there. Well, here is God's star power in the form of singer Jennifer Lopez at her rally in Las Vegas, and Trump sat down with conservative commentator Tucker Carlson in Glendale, Arizona. Now, to look at some of today's top national stories, here's Lindsay with a look at your forecast.
As we head into the weekend, we're going to have more rain chances. Thankfully, we're super excited to get all the rain potential that we could see by the end of the weekend, potentially getting up to 5 inches of rain in some areas, isolated areas, even more than that. We're going to keep an eye on that. We do have a couple of stronger, maybe low and severe days. That would be Sunday and Monday, as we're going to see thunderstorms increase. Now, mostly just going to be rainy all weekend, temperatures in the upper 60s, but I'll have a full look forecast coming up. Well, taking a look at downtown Pittsburgh today, it's going to be pretty nice out there. And as we have 7th and Range Line, temperatures are going to be in the low 40s to start off the day, but clear skies. You can't really see it right now. It's still pretty dark out there, and we don't have a breeze or anything today, and clouds don't roll in until later on this afternoon. So overall, today is going to be super fantastic. Actually, temperatures are warming up to the upper 60s, low 70s. So in fact, this is perfect. Still slightly above average for this time of year, but we're looking good. We do have rain chances in the forecast. Saturday and Sunday, both rain. Saturday, mostly just some scattered showers, a little bit lighter than Sunday. Temperatures getting up to the upper 60s and low 70s. It's going to be rainy all weekend long and into the start of next week. Thunderstorms start to roll in Sunday night and Monday night. So we've got a couple of chances where we might see another severe threat, but as of right now, it's mostly just rain showers, especially tomorrow. Sunday, we do have this low severe threat. That's a level 1 out of 5. So we could be seeing strong wind gusts, small hail, and just some heavy downpours of rain. That's the main threat for the weekend and into next week, is just the heavy amounts of rain that we're going to be seeing, which we need it because we are in a severe drought still. Especially, it's actually shifted. The drought tracker gets updated on Thursday, so it actually shifted a little farther north now. Pittsburgh, all the way up past Lamar area and even up to Stockton and kind of around some of our eastern Missouri counties as well. And then that severe drought has shifted as well a little further north. So nearly all of us are in a drought and we need the rain. We just talked about the rain that we're going to be seeing this weekend and into early next week, Monday and early Tuesday. But we actually have more rain chances after that. So this is that cold front that's moving out of our area Tuesday morning. This is actually moving into our area Monday night. So we're getting those thunderstorms Monday night. Finally passes us. Cooler temperatures Tuesday, actually dropping down to low 60s both Tuesday and Wednesday. As that passes, we get this slight ridge, but we're back into another low pressure as it digs deeper, and then we'll continue to move off to the east. And this is more of that winter pattern that we've been waiting for. It's been holding off. We have the polar vortex that kind of pushes all these low pressures further south. We haven't seen any of these lows go as far south since this last low pressure that passed us. So we're getting those cooler temperatures, finally starting to feel like it's fall and heading into winter. We've got more rain chances starting Wednesday night and into Thursday morning. So this is now 4:30 in the morning on Thursday. You can see some widespread rain showers, and then a cold front moves in on Friday. So you can see it organizing right there, right ahead of that low pressure. And it's going to be moving in Friday afternoon into the evening time, clearing out by early Saturday morning. And then we're back to a little bit of a ridge, but much cooler temperatures as we head into next weekend. So it's going to be really nice. Finally starting to see those temperatures stick around the low to mid 60s. Sunday is also going to be end of daylight savings time, so don't forget to set your clocks back an hour and get that extra hour of sleep. That's Look at Your Forecast. Will be over with Elise with Health Watch.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, cancer patients who quit smoking shortly after a diagnosis significantly lowered their risk of dying. A University of Texas study found patients who started tobacco treatment and quit smoking within 6 months of their cancer diagnoses added nearly 2 years to their lives. The earlier they quit smoking, the longer they lived. And cutting back on sugar as early as infancy can protect against diabetes and high blood pressure later in life. A study in the UK looked at the post-World War II era when sugar was being rationed. It found that babies born during that time grew up to have a 35% lower chance of having diabetes and a 20% lower chance of having high blood pressure. The findings show reducing sugar while pregnant and during a child's first 3 years also has a big impact. Flu and COVID vaccination rates are low among healthcare workers. A CDC study found fewer than 1 in 6 healthcare workers in hospitals and nursing homes got the 2023-2024 COVID vaccine, and fewer than half of those working in nursing homes received a flu vaccine. Now, vaccinations are necessary to protect vulnerable and immunocompromised people in healthcare facilities. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, guided tours in Fort Scott hope to shine some light on some scary history.
And after a really nice day today, we finally get some more rain without the severe threat on Saturday.
Plus, hundreds of elementary school students in Southwest Missouri get to show off their Halloween spirit.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:29. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Lindsay Gaffney.
Yes, and it's finally Friday here in the 4 states, starting off another month. And yeah, just a whole lot going on, I guess.
Wow, that's kind of like a great Friday.
It
End
really
of
is.
the week, start of November.
Yeah, can't go wrong there.
You really can't. I'm excited. We've already talked about Thanksgiving is a great holiday.
Yes.
I'm excited to eat all that food.
Mashed potatoes, give it to me, please.
Mac and cheese is probably my favorite, I would say. But temperatures are finally starting to actually feel like we're in the fall. And I had a friend tell me he can't celebrate the holidays without it feeling like it's the holiday out there.
I totally get that.
So I'm glad that's starting to happen now. Today we're getting up to a little bit warmer than average. We can go ahead and take a look outside. Temperatures starting off in the mid to lower 40s. So we're going to drop down to about 41 degrees in the next couple of hours, but warming up to see temperatures that are in the upper 60s, low 70s. Right now, about 43 in Joplin, 42 in Pittsburgh, 40 in Fort Scott, 39 in Stockton and Yates Center. So a couple of the northern counties already breaking down into the 30s, about 45 in Jay. So we're a little bit warmer in the southern counties. We now have an easterly breeze, and those winds are going to shift further into the south as we head into the weekend. We also have a little bit of a patchy fog out there near Oklahoma and southern Kansas as well. Oswego, Welsh, Miami, Veneta, and Nowata, about 5-mile visibility, so not so bad, but definitely watch out for that, especially on some of these back roads. But it clears out really quickly, and we're gonna have a fantastic Friday. Start of November, end of the week, and sunny skies. It is going to be a perfect day. Temperatures reaching upper 60s, low 70s. We do have some upper level clouds starting to roll in later in the afternoon and early evening, but until then, we're going to be mostly sunny all the way through the morning hours. By noon, finally reaching about 60 degrees. And again, only getting up to the upper 60s. Now, we do have more rain chances as we head into the weekend. Starting Saturday morning, we're actually going to start to see a few isolated showers poking in. And then we see this spike up as we head into Saturday afternoon, evening, and into early Sunday morning, where we're going to see the bulk of the rain heading into Sunday and Monday. But it'll be a lot of rain accumulation. We're going to talk about that coming up.
All right, sounds like a plan. Thanks, Lindsay. Well, telling scary stories is a Halloween tradition for many people, and the Fort Scott National Historic Site is taking part by hosting Murder and Mayhem at the fort. The event aims to tell some of the more disturbing stories from the fort's history. KOAM's Samantha Walker has more.
We love to get dressed up, so this is an opportunity for us to get in historic clothing and share some of the stories, but not the normal stories we share.
The Fort Scott National Historic Site dates back to the 1840s, and with that long history comes a lot of stories. The historic site is using the scary season to guide visitors through history by the light of lanterns.
These are very important stories. They are not the ghost stories or dramatic stories, but the history of this part of the country was a scary time in the mid-1800s.
Guides in period wear are telling some of the darker but true stories from the fort's Civil War history. From tragic accidents and murder between soldiers to the violence associated with Bleeding Kansas.
We're looking at some of the sadder stories, but we have to learn from history. And if we don't learn what brought these kind of situations on, we'll repeat them.
Park staff say the Halloween season is the perfect time for these tours because sometimes the most scary story you can tell is the reality of history.
This is not just a bunch of old buildings. that this is the story of America. This is their history. This is the trials and tribulations that people went through trying to help keep us free, trying to help make our country great.
Reporting in Fort Scott, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Last night's tours were free and open to the public, and you can learn more about the future events at the historic site on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. We'll talk about getting into the Halloween spirit. Jay Olson has created an elaborate display in front of his house on East 6th Street in Baxter Springs for more than 30 years. Olson says he works throughout the year on the decorations, and most of his displays are handmade.
Folks lined up from one side down the next, hay rides. The parents in this town, that there's a lot of people that have grown up through here and this has kind of been a tradition for them. So they'll come, and then when they got little ones that are too scared and it's after dark, they let us terrorize them in their own cars, right? They let us, play. I got a bunch of good parents. It's fun. The community's good, so it makes a lot of fun.
Olson says he always expects a lot of trick-or-treaters. Well, people in Pittsburgh got into the Halloween spirit yesterday morning at Mercy Hospital. Pittsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce hosted its annual pumpkin decorating contest. The event was part of the Chamber's Chamber Coffee Group and was open to the public.
We're all a little bit competitive in our own way, and so everybody likes to get the bragging rights to say that they won. It also pulls people together, and it just makes it, gives some fun, and sometimes that it might be a very stressful situation. So it just gets us to bond in a different way.
There were 13 entries in yesterday's contest. And here's a look at some Halloween artwork by young artists in Pittsburgh. More than 50 child artists were able to show off their spooky creations by participating in Pittsburgh's Halloween window painting contest. Now, to see who won, plus a look at all the entries, you can visit Downtown Pittsburgh's Facebook page. And nothing says Halloween fun like hundreds of elementary school kids dressed in their holiday best costumes. Students from the Anderson Elementary School in Anderson, Missouri got to strut their stuff in a parade yesterday. Local businesses turned out to celebrate the kiddos in all their fun, spooky, and creative costumes by handing out candy.
I believe my favorite part is the community part. The part where the community comes together for the greater good of our students and just shares smiles and laughs. It truly is an amazing experience that our kids look forward to every year.
About 600 students turned out for the parade. One Neosho, Missouri boy hopes his Halloween costume is a prediction. 7-year-old Wilder got decked out this year as the future Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl three-peat ring. Wilder's mom said it's not heavy, just styrofoam. A lot of rhinestones and super glue make that a lot of super glue. The family plans to make the trip to see the 7-0 Chiefs play on Monday. When asked if Wilder would wear the costume to the game, his dad said, quote, "Oh yeah." And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. If it's Friday, you know what that means. We've got Shannon Becker live in studio to help us close out the week with his big 3 news stories. And we have a nice and sunny day today. We'll have what to expect with Lindsay Gaffney in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We've got Shannon Becker in the studio with his big 3 news stories of the week. Good morning and happy Friday to you, Shannon.
Hey,
have a good Halloween?
Yeah, I did. You?
Yeah, not too bad.
You were in bed by 5, but it's all right.
Yes.
It's totally fine. Let's take a look at the big 3 stories this week and let you know what's happening out and about, live and local. Shots fired in the downtown Joplin Bar District. It was just minutes after midnight, Friday into Saturday. A man now was charged over the weekend, already bonded out. We find he didn't shoot at a person, but it was an altercation and he shot at the ground. So it was a ricochet of a bullet or a piece of debris or something that actually hit a 22-year-old man's eye. Obviously, that's serious injuries.
Yes.
No update on his condition. Obviously, they are non-life-threatening injuries. Right. His next day in court is coming up here in November. Okay. Our number 2 story, Joplin News First, live on local news. Gaming machine location. Had a lot of games that were offered, sort of almost, if you could kind of say casino to me, because I'm just a normal person, on East 7th Street, opened earlier this year. A lot of people had asked questions about it. Well, now there's been a search warrant and 47 gaming machines have been seized by authorities. Okay. Charges have been filed for promotion of gambling against 3 people. They have already bonded out of jail. They have a November 6th court date. So it's still not open, this location here on East 7th Street. The 3 are actually in the country on visa from India. Okay. So the prosecutor had asked to have no bond, but they were granted a bond. Our number 1 story, live on local news, KOAM News Now. Fires, and then now it's cooler. It was rains and tornadoes. We've had it all this week, haven't we? Yes, we have. It was earlier this week on Monday. Oh, wow. We are still under a burn ban and burn restrictions across the area. This is a fire that started and spread about a half-mile long to the Ruby Jack Trail, just outside of Alba and Oronogo to the east. Carthage Fire Department requested assistance. We were there on location. I tell you, it was 45 miles an hour, 45 mile an hour winds just pushing that fire.
Until it couldn't anymore.
Yeah, it got to stop. It finally stopped though on the trail there because the north field had already been worked. It was just dirt, so that was good news. Yes. And our bonus story of the week, you've been talking about it. Oh, me too. I cannot get enough of this. Halloween costume is so awesome. This is Wilder from Neosho. His mom and dad, they made the ultimate three-peat. It's the manifestation. See, they're not the three-peat winners yet. They haven't won the Super Bowl. They're not even going to the Super Bowl. We don't know yet, but they are 7-0. Wilder. I love that. Isn't that crazy? I love it. I was like, isn't it top-heavy? She's like, no, not really at all. So people
great work by mom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. People are starting to talk about it all over. I've seen it on the websites overnight. And that's our bonus story of the week, KOAM News Now. Also, I want to tell you some breaking news this morning on our website. A tragedy in Granby. A 20-year-old woman was killed last night, struck by a pickup truck walking with a toddler on Granby Miners Road. So we've got that information on our website. We just released it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shannon. Thank you for being with us this morning. We'll be right back with more news and weather. It's time to celebrate some Friday birthdays here in the 4 states. Starting in Crestline with Rachel Hutto turning 2 today. It says happy birthday from mom, dad, and sisters Reagan and Riley. Love you lots. Happy birthday, Rachel.
And just a year older, Tariq Pauly. Happy birthday to our happy boy. Your whole family loves you.
And over in Pittsburgh, a happy 6th birthday to Zamaya Danner.
Kaysen Meadows turning 13 today out in Liberal, Missouri. We love you, Kaysen, from Mima, Papa, Gary, and Grandma Leanne.
And a happy 22nd birthday to Chance Kyle in Webb City.
Matthew Meyer turning 26 today. Happy birthday, Matthew.
And happy 44th birthday in Riverton to Lindsey Bond.
Sandy Horn turning 70 out in Quapaw. Love all your family.
And over in Chanute, a happy 92nd birthday to Marie Bryant. It says here, happy birthday from all of your family. Love you.
93rd birthday out in Parsons, Kansas to Jimmy Aldridge. Happy birthday, Jimmy.
And over in Welch, Oklahoma, happy 95th birthday to Betty Fromm. It says here Betty has 4 children and 9 grandchildren from longtime friends and family. Happy birthday, Betty.
Randy Robinson turning another year older out in Columbus, Kansas as well. Happy birthday, Randy.
And one of KOAM's own is celebrating a birthday today. Bill Vickery is the Director of Engineering here at this station. Happy birthday to you, Bill.
We're also celebrating an anniversary, 14th year for Nick and Jennifer McCoy. Happy anniversary, you guys.
And continuing our birthday list with Flo Reno over in Hiqua, celebrating birthday number 78. It says here love from all of her family.
And yet another anniversary, Stephen and Janet Bacon turning 50th anniversary today out in Pittsburgh, Kansas. They remember being caught in a deluge that day.
Well, heading over to Parsons, a happy 46th 22nd birthday to Renee Hill.
And Michael Stout turning 23 today in Parsons, Kansas. Happy birthday, Michael.
And last but not least, happy birthday to Saul Armorenta. And that was a fantastic birthday and anniversary list. And if you would like to celebrate your birthday or anniversary with us, you can do so by emailing birthdays@koamnewsnow.com. When you're submitting your celebration, be sure to include the day of your celebration, any photos or messages, and to of course meet the deadline that you see there at the bottom of your screen. Now let's head over to Lindsay with another full look at the forecast.
Well, taking a look at downtown Pittsburgh, it's still mostly dark out there, so you can't really see a little bit of color peeking through that sunrise, but overall it's going to be a fantastic morning. And 7th and Rangeline, same deal, not a lot of clouds going on out there, so overall again a great morning, great day. We do have some upper level clouds starting to move in later in the evening, but until then, no rain, no clouds, just all sun all day long. Temperatures are warming up to the upper 60s, low 70s today, and that kind of continues through the weekend. Upper 60s for our highs both Saturday and Sunday. Some areas, especially in the south, getting a little bit warmer to the low 70s. We've got rain showers on Saturday starting early in the morning and continuing strengthening even as we head into Saturday night. We're going to have thunderstorms starting Sunday, so could see a little bit of a severe threat on Sunday. It's going to be overall a rainy weekend. Not a severe threat on Saturday, mostly just those scattered showers. But Sunday, we've got a low risk for our western counties. And you can see that little yellow sliver, and that is that elevated risk. So we may see this risk kind of shift over to the east, and we may get a bit of an elevated risk, level 2 out of 5. But we're not going to focus on that. Right now, we're going to focus on the great day that we're going to have today. Temperatures are in the low 40s to start. We've got an easterly breeze. As we warm up for the day, temperatures reaching upper 60s, low 70s. We got these upper level clouds starting to push in, just kind of signifying it's a great day, great afternoon. They break up a little bit as we head into the evening hours, and temperatures dropping back down to the low 50s, upper 40s across the area. Then we're going to have some clouds pushing in along with some rain showers. Now this is going to be Saturday morning. We're starting to see those rain showers pushing in by 5:30 in the morning, probably 6 a.m. These are mostly going to stay west of Parsons. We're not getting a ton of rainfall if you're out in Missouri or Arkansas, or even east of I-44 in Oklahoma. Now, most of these showers could see some thunderstorms as it pushes in, but really we're getting those scattered showers through most of the day on Saturday in those western counties. And again, most of us in the east staying dry, partly cloudy skies throughout the day. And then we're going to see that next chance of rain as we head into Saturday night, Sunday morning. Those thunderstorms actually push in from the south of I-44 and continue to move up to the east. So this is where the eastern counties are actually going to get those rain showers as they push in. Temperatures remain in the upper 60s, low 70s as we head into Sunday afternoon. Another round of rain showers pushing in early Sunday afternoon as well. Again, south of I-44 and then moving up to the east. So now the western counties are going to stay dry until Sunday night. Now this is about 6 p.m. We're still dealing with partly cloudy skies across the entire area, but we've got these thunderstorms starting to push in, and some of these could be strong. You can see winds are strengthening along that boundary. This is a warm front that's going to be moving in, so we warm up a little bit on Monday, and this is why we're seeing that low risk, especially it's going to be kind of cutting off here, Columbus, Oswego, and then west. So Parsons is in that, and you can see a little bit of a stronger cell that's going to be moving through, so maybe one or two stronger isolated storms as it pushes through late Sunday night into early Monday morning. But we do have the chance that another round of a cold front moving in Monday night. So we're going to have more thunderstorms returning Monday afternoon and into the overnight hours. That could be another severe potential. We're going to keep an eye on that. Temperatures drop nearly 10 degrees by Saturday, back down to the low 60s, and we got more rain chances next week. Coming up when KOAM Morning News switches on over to Fox 14, hear why historians in Maryland are baffled over the purpose of a motorized machine that was found in storage.
And here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Wednesday night, storms barreled through the streets of Fairview, Oklahoma. Many families emerged to find their roofs destroyed and their belongings scattered throughout their properties. Many families say they are thankful to be alive. And some families we spoke with shared that this experience has rekindled painful memories from the Joplin tornado. Well, Northeast Electric worked to restore 17 power poles that were down near a neighborhood in Miami as a result of Wednesday's storm. Poles and power lines were on the ground along with other debris. The company restored power and was working to restore internet connections. Calls for a power outage started coming in around 10 Wednesday night. And the Joplin Police Department has received a life-saving donation. 7 chaplains who provide their services for the JPD will receive bulletproof vests. Now, the vests were identified as a need for the volunteer team, and an anonymous gift made the vests possible. The chaplains provide services such as counseling, death notifications, disaster response, and more. And that's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
And a check at the forecast today. Temperatures are going to be in the low 70s, upper 60s across the area. Sunny skies all day long. We do have some clouds pushing in the evening, plus possible rain showers as early as around midnight on Friday. But really, they're likely holding off until Saturday morning. We're going to have scattered showers most of the day, and Sunday, rainy all day, plus thunderstorm chances as we move into Sunday evening and Monday morning. And then more thunderstorms return Monday night. Now, Sunday is also end of daylight savings time, so don't forget to set your clock back an hour.
I know I will be enjoying that
sleep.
extra hour
Yeah.
for sure.
Me too.
Sounds great. Well, coming up today at noon, we're making maple French toast sticks in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, the U.S. Navy converts a ship into a vessel to explore what happens under the ocean surface.
Plus, Shannon Becker joins us back in the studio to talk about his big 3 news stories of the week. But that'll wrap it up for now. We'll see you back here Monday morning at 5 a.m.
And we'll see you today at noon.